If we can move as the speed of light, is there any change in sceneries that we see every day? In this video, I'm going to change the playback speed so that you can feel a high-speed movement. As an example, I'm going to play the video as twice as fast so that the scene of walking in 4 km per hour looks like the scene of running in 8 km per hour. This is just a video because a real scene that a human would see cannot be created. But how would the scene look like if the playback speed goes as fast as the speed of light? Please enjoy it as entertainment. If you ride a bicycle normally, the riding speed would be about 15 km per hour. A koala lives peacefully every day, but he can run as fast as 20 km per hour. It is famous that a hippopotamus runs faster than you expect. He runs as fast as 40 km per hour, which is faster than a normal person does. Only person who can run faster than a hippopotamus is Usain Bolt. He marked the maximum speed of 45.4 km per hour. An animal that can run faster than Mr. Bolt is a house cat. He runs at the maximum speed of 48 km per hour. A grizzly bear, although giant in size, runs as fast as 56 km per hour. It's impossible for human to run away from him. A wolf can run a long distance with the maximum speed of 68 km per hour. He runs 100 meters in 5.3 seconds. A cruising speed of professional road bicycle racing is about 40 to 45 km per hour in average, but the top speed just before the goal reaches about 70 km per hour. A lion runs faster than you expect. The maximum speed is about 80 km per hour. Although they run fast and hunt a prey in group, it is said that their success rate is 20 to 30%. The maximum speed of a horse was recorded, not by a thoroughbred, but by an American quarter horse. This crossbred horse came into existence in American frontier. When a bluefin, which is over 600 kilograms, swims as fast as 100 km per hour, it is like a compact car running on a highway. A lesser emperor recoded the fastest speed among dragonflies. I think it is beautiful in green and blue colors. I haven't caught this dragonfly. I really admire him. The fastest animal on Earth is Cheetah, which runs in 120 km per hour. It is said that the success rate of his hunting is 40 to 50%, which is the highest rank. The fastest speed among insects is made by a horsefly. It flies as fast as 140 km per hour. For your reference, the maximum speed made by a human power on the ground is over 140 km per hour. Supercars made by Lamborghini, Ferrari, Porsche, and others can run at the maximum speed of 300 km per hour. Since you cannot experience such speed on a public road, please enjoy it in video. The fastest mass-produced car is Tuatara. Tuatara is an American hypercar, and the price is $1.6 million. An airplane is the fastest transportation that anybody can use. By prioritizing mass transportation and low cost, the speed of airplane is set about 900 km per hour. If an object exceeds an airplane's speed and goes faster, it eventually reaches the speed of sound. The speed of sound varies depending on atmosphere and temperature, but the speed in normal atmosphere is 1,225 km per hour. When an object exceeds the speed of sound, a shock wave occurs, and a sonic boom of an explosive sound is generated. As you see in the video, if an object exceeds the speed of sound on the ground, sonic boom causes a sudden explosive sound and a shock wave that breaks glasses close to the high-speed moving object. SR-71 Blackbird is a reconnaissance aircraft of U.S. Air Force. It is the fastest jet fighter with a pilot in practical use. After stop using the jet fighter in 1999, the demand of using such high-speed aircraft decreased. Since then, no aircraft has been developed to surpass the speed of the jet fighter. Saturn V is the largest rocket of 110.6 meters in full length. Eventually, the maximum speed of the rocket of 110.6 meters in full length reaches 9,920 km per hour before detaching multi-rocket units. An atmospheric re-entry is one of the most dangerous phases in spaceflight. If a space shuttle in such speed passes near you on the ground, you would be instantly blown away and burned completely by the shuttle, which destroys everything around it in silence, before you would hear an explosive sound that follows. International Space Station, or ISS, goes around the Earth at the speed which is almost the same speed of atmospheric re-entry of a space shuttle. If you want to stay in ISS without being trained, all you do is to pay $35,000 for one night. But a transportation fee is not included. You may have to pay about $58 million for a round trip. Saturn moves around the Sun with the speed of 35,000 kilometers per hour and goes around the Sun in 30 years. Its orbit is not a complete circle, so note that the speed is average. Not many people show interests in the speed of planets and stars. I hope this video would give you some interests. 39,897 kilometers per hour is the fastest record of a vehicle that carried humans when Apollo 10 was coming back from the moon. Apollo 10 was a rehearsal of Apollo 11, which was the first one to succeed in landing on the moon. The lander came to the moon as close as 14.4 kilometers. But the fuel of the lander was not full at that time. So, if they had landed on the moon, they could have not gotten back to the Earth. It was a safety measure to avoid dangers because pilots might be tempted to become the first ones of landing on the moon without having enough validations. Jupiter moves around the Sun with the speed of 47,000 kilometers per hour and goes around the Sun in 12 years. The closer an orbit of a planet is to the Sun, the faster an orbit speed of a planet becomes. Voyager 1 is a man-made machine that reached the farthest place from the Earth. Even now, it's still going out of solar system, updating its record. It was launched in September 1977. It was the best timing to accelerate by using gravity assists of outer planets. Chicxulub meteor is a small planet, which was a size of 10 to 15 kilometers in diameter. With the speed of 72,000 kilometers per hour, it crashed near Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. It has been presumed that this crash created sulfur gases, which blocked the solar ray, resulting in exterminating dinosaurs. The Earth orbits faster than meteors that fall into the ground of the Earth. A spaceship that launches from the Earth uses this orbit speed for acceleration. Mercury moves around the Sun with a speed of 170,000 kilometers per hour in average and goes around the Sun in 88 days. It is the fastest and smallest planet in solar system. The speed of Halley's comet is about 198,000 kilometers per hour. It is a periodic comet that goes around the Sun in about 75 years. The speed that solar probe, called Helios 2, recorded was 252,792 kilometers per hour, and it had been the fastest probe that a human had made for about 40 years since 1976. Helios 2 came inside of the orbit of Halley's comet when getting closer to the Sun and recorded the fastest speed at perihelion. There was information that Juno, which was Jupiter probe, exceeded the highest speed of Helios 2. But I could not get the fact. The speed of solar probe, called Parker Solar Probe, marked 343,000 kilometers per hour. It has been the fastest record of a man-made machine since 2018. This fastest speed was achieved when the probe went closer to the Sun than Helios 2 did. Parker Solar Probe orbits between the Sun and Venus and gets closer to the Sun for 24 times in 7 years. The speed of the Sun that goes around the center of Milky Way galaxy is about 828,000 kilometers per hour. The fastest speed in the universe is the speed of light. Our speed goes beyond the Sun's speed and keeps on accelerating. The front of the scene gets bluish, and the back of the scene gets reddish. This phenomenon is caused by Doppler effect of light. Since the wavelength of light in front gets shorter, the color becomes bluish. The back of the scene becomes reddish because the wavelength gets longer. It's hard to see because it blurs, but if the speed gets closer to the speed of light by accelerating, you may start seeing as if every light is coming from the front because of aberration of light. Imagine that you drive a car on a rainy day. The rain falls from the sky, but if your car goes very fast, you may start seeing as if the rain is coming from the front. The same thing is happening in light. Then, because of Lorentz contraction, you may start to look as if the scenery has been reduced in traveling direction. The front becomes brighter because the light gathers in front. As the speed accelerates, the space that you see nothing comes behind you and goes to the front. The range that you can see goes to a point of traveling direction, and it gets narrower and narrower. As Doppler effect occurs at the same time, the wavelength of light gets shorter, changing the color of the scene bluish to purplish. And then, it becomes ultraviolet, resulting in losing a visible light. It is impossible to accomplish this, but if we can reach the speed of light, we assume that there is a space where we see nothing. So, if we move at the speed of light, we are traveling forward without seeing anything. It has been said that the one who travels at this moment would not become a black hole because mass would not become infinite but remains finite. In other words, you observe that an object remains normal if you are traveling inside of the object that travels at the speed of light. Just because you wouldn't become a black hole while traveling at the speed of light, it does not mean there is no danger. If air exists, you will fuse with a gas molecule in nuclear level because you are moving too fast. If that happens, you will create a massive explosion that destroys everything in several kilometers.